Hey, in this video, we're gonna be going over taxes, something that a lot of people are scared of, and I wanna share the mistakes that I've made and how you can get control of your tax situation and have confidence moving forward. You're watching Timmerman TV. Man, when I first started out in woodworking, honestly, I had no idea what I was doing in a business sense, and especially financially with taxes. And taxes can be one of those most daunting things that people always hate. Taxes was so confusing to me, and again, it wasn't taught to me in school, and I wish they would just teach that. It's something that would have been so much more beneficial. When I started out in woodworking 6 years ago, I was actually behind on taxes from other stuff I was doing with personal training and little side hustles that, fortunately, you gotta pay the government for any income that you make. So let's go into some tips, some tricks, some things that I've learned to help you out, especially this season as taxes come, and to better prepare yourself for the next coming years to make sure that you're on track to be successful and ahead of the curve when it comes to your taxes. So if you're just starting out in woodworking and you start to sell online, you're probably starting out at what's called a sole proprietorship, meaning you're just on your own. You don't have an actual business. So you're running everything under your personal credit cards, your personal debit bank cards. So that's okay to get started, but unfortunately everything's gonna be under one roof, which is gonna eliminate the ability to do write-offs, which is what you definitely want to help lower the amount of taxes that you will have to pay. Write-offs are any business expense related to the business. If you're buying material, if you're buying tools, if you're spending gas to go to and from a project, these all could be write-offs, which will take the amount of taxes you owe off the top. You don't pay taxes, get out of here. So as a sole proprietor, it's just a lot harder and more complicated to have everything in your personal bank account when you start selling products, services online or to whomever. So again, we want to achieve those write-offs to lower the amount of taxes that you owe. So what do you do in order to do that? Well, you need to start a business. You need to start an LLC, a corporation, something that is a separate entity that you can then run all of your transactions through, which is separate from your personal income. So what I did is started an LLC for Timber USA, which is my construction company, furniture company, that all of my transactions are through that business. When you have a separate entity, you then are going to open a business bank account or a business credit card or both, which I have, and run every transaction that's related to that business through that entity. This is going to allow your CPA, or when you go to do taxes, a much streamlined process because everything is under one roof. Now it's not looking at your personal account going, what was going to the materials to buy for this job and what was just for our family, right? It totally simplifies everything because you have your personal account and expenses over here, and then you have your business account and expenses completely separate, which makes things a lot easier. So a little bit about what I did was, in the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing as a sole proprietor. Taxes were a complete mess. I ended up paying a lot in taxes. And then as I opened my LLC, I made it a lot easier and started to hire a CPA. Now, my CPA used to work for the IRS. She's very, very smart, very intelligent. She knows a lot about how to do taxes effectively. So I pay her about anywhere from $700 to $900 a year to do my taxes annually, which has worked year after year, and I absolutely love working with her. You don't have to hire a CPA. You can try to do it yourself, or you can go to one of those H&R Block stores. But for me, I personally like working with the same person every year who knows my business, who knows the type of transactions that I conduct, who knows where I'm heading with my business and my financial plans, so that she can go along with the journey with me. This has been extremely helpful, and I definitely recommend, as you start to grow your business and your finances, to get involved with a CPA and connect and work together year after year. Now, let me tell you why I absolutely love taxes, and that's because it allows you to leverage credit. As a business owner, biggest thing that lenders are going to look for if you're a business owner is they want to see that you've been in business for 5 years, and they're going to look at the last 2 years of your tax return. So the unfortunate part about having a ton of write-offs and lowering your tax bill is it's going to show that you made a lower amount. Now, the benefit to having obviously a higher amount on your taxes is that it's going to show that you made more money, which means your leverage to credit is going to be increased because your taxes show you made more money. So when I say you're going to love taxes, I'm excited this year to get my taxes done because I want to go buy more real estate. I want my taxes done so that I can be approved to be lent more money, right? So it's kind of contrary to what you think of. I don't want to pay Uncle Sam. I don't want to pay the government any money, but in order to gain wealth and assets, you really want to be able to leverage credit and leverage money. So being able to have the higher tax bill just means you made more money. So that should be a good thing. So if I'm sitting in your shoes right now watching this video and you're just starting out and you're interested in how the heck to get a handle on things with taxes, I definitely recommend, if you're selling products or services, to just create an LLC. I have a video with a link below on how to do that, walk you through step by step to create your own LLC. It's only about 120 bucks and you'll be protected with a separate entity that then you can open a business account with through a bank and run everything through that account. This would be the very first step that I'd recommend, as well as linking up with a CPA that you get to know, get to trust, and start creating that business relationship. This person is going to be crucial and make life a lot easier. Trust me, when business is ramping up in the spring and you're getting all these orders, the last thing you want to think about is, oh my gosh, taxes are due and I haven't even started on them. No, you want your CPA already having a handle on things so you can focus on work, they can focus on your taxes, and life can just run harmoniously. Another benefit to having the CPA is they're going to tell you write-offs you didn't even know about. There's write-offs I didn't know about, like work clothes. I never knew I could write off my clothes. Obviously gas, tools, travel. If I'm traveling somewhere and I do some business meetings or I go to look at a job site, that's a tax write-off. Like everything with that trip is a write-off. I had no idea. So all these travel expenses that have to do with a job in your company are all a write-off. And if you go to do taxes on your own, you may not know that. You may not understand all the write-offs that are available. So having a CPA, someone that knows the ins and outs of the IRS, what they're looking for, is extremely beneficial and allows you to get a lot written off. So again, I would definitely start by opening up your business, get with a CPA. This is gonna make your business run a lot more smoothly moving forward. Here's a huge mistake that you definitely wanna avoid, and that's making sure that you set money aside every month and not get caught with your pants down once taxes become due. Another mistake that I made, and I'm telling you this because I did this. I didn't realize that I should be saving money every single month aside for taxes as a small business owner. And once tax season came around and I owed a ton of money, I was freaking out. That's gonna lead to having to do extensions, which just prolongs the problem. And then you're getting closer to the next tax season. So don't get in the habit of doing this. What I mean by that is every month, look at your total revenue and try to set about 30% of that aside. This may be a little bit more than you owe, but at least you have that money at the end of the year sitting there so that you can pay your taxes with full confidence and not be stressed out about how you're gonna pay your bills or how you're gonna eat because you have this giant tax bill, or not have to prolong the problem. So by saving 30% every single month, this will be a separate account or a separate savings that is just your tax money. So that'll be there for you. Trust me, you will thank me later when you start implementing this habit right now and not get caught like I did, which sucked. And if you're like me and you hire a lot of subcontractors and you use a lot of people, you wanna make sure that you start collecting W-9s so that you can start issuing 1099s before every tax season. What this is gonna do is make record that you paid them for a specific project as a write-off, and they're gonna get taxed on their income for what you pay them. In contrary, when I do projects for people, I gotta issue my W-9 to them so they can issue a 1099 to me, which states that I made X amount of dollars by doing this project for so-and-so. This is another thing that if you don't do this, if you're a business owner, you're gonna take on a lot more responsibility and have to pay more taxes on money that you actually ended up paying out. So again, this is stuff you wanna avoid, things that I've learned from running a business, mistakes I've made, and I hope that I can help you avoid these bumps in the road to make things a lot more smooth of a ride as you grow your business by selling wood products, selling services, whatever it may be. Taxes are one of those things that can be scary, but again, it's not a scary thing once you get the hang of it and you know what you're doing and have control of the process. Hey guys, if this helped, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment below, and check out some of these other videos. Thanks for being here. You're watching Timmerman TV.